is like straight.
There you go. You're perfect. So you ready?
Yes.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. This is Amelia Pitbull Chapman. As you can see, it's just me tonight without the mad dog because he's on vacation because I made him go on vacation. Actually, his wife did, so well-deserved vacation. It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles, 6 o'clock in Chicago, and I'm going to say it's 7 o'clock here in Florida because he's not here. Ha ha ha. And joining me tonight is the beautiful Stephanie Dudley. We finally get her back on the show after, what, a year or so? Is it?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. My computer totally just went off the volume.
Oh no. We finally get the wonderful, beautiful Stephanie Dudley back on our show. It's been what, 2 years since we had you back on the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. So tell me what you've been up to.
Now I can't hear you. What's happening?
Oh no.
Hold on.
It's your mic. Is it
Okay, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, I'm having glitches.
That's all right. I was just asking what you've been up to. I think it's been, what, 2 years since we've had you on our show?
Yes. Yeah, I've been up to quite a good thing since I've talked to you. You guys helped me out a lot. Like, one big milestone is I'm in the process of getting a service dog.
Yes, tell us about that.
Yeah, I only thought blind people could. Seriously, I did. I only thought blind people could get it.
No, my son has a service dog, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a very, very long process. I
mean, it is.
This May of last year, just the application, and then I've been doing the interviews, and then the more interviews and the recommendations. So anyway, I'm almost to the end. I just have to do a home visit, which will be fine, and then we'll see. But I have to stay at a hotel for 2 weeks so I can be trained how to command the dog. And I had to do an accommodation at my work because also I was medical receptionist at Mary Bridge Children's Hospital Therapy Center, but now I'm the medical office manager. So I moved up. Yeah, so that's also happened. And I had to put in a request for a accommodation request to have my service dog. That was approved. They said it's the first service dog they've had in 50 years at Multicare.
Oh,
because,
wow.
They have lots of therapy dogs that wear the green vest that are allowed to be pet, but mine's only going to be the red vest, only allow me to, communicate with it. And so I'm going to have to learn how to tell kiddos not to pet it and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a good process. I realize there's a lot of programs out there. This one is Summit Assistant Dogs in Anacortes, Washington. And they pay for the service dog. You just have to pay for that 2 weeks in the hotel stay. And then after 3 days of training, the dog is yours and will stay in the hotel with you. So it's very exciting. Also, I've been emailing since we talked about how I want to change the statutes in the state for surgeons because I cannot have a malpractice suit for the guy who made me lose my leg because of the statutes. So every month for the past year and a half, I have been emailing Patty Murray, the senator here, to get her to talk to me. And so she finally reached out last week. So I was glad that you guys contacted me so I could tell you we're going to have an appointment on August 20th to start the ball rolling. With that.
That's fantastic because I know that you wanted to give her a big shout out for that.
Yes.
About that. Yes.
Murray for making an appointment with me.
Well, that's great. And I know that you also have not let this get to you. Do you mind telling us your story a little bit? I'm gonna put you back on the solo screen. Do you mind telling your story on how you got to the point where you're at? Tell
Well, it was
everybody.
due to a medical provider,
Hmm.
and I must say, please, please seek secondary advice. Don't just go with what that doctor's telling you at the time. Because what happened is I just had tripped over a curb, broke and dislocated my ankle. But when they brought me to the emergency room, because my toes were over here, not up here, they were over here. So they had to put it back together. And I had no problems for 2 years. Then after that, I kept having pain every time I stepped down. So the doctor I had to go back to was Proliance Orthopedics, and they said that I needed to take the pins out. This doctor said that I needed to take the pins out, that it was the pins pressing on a nerve causing the pain. And I said, "Are you sure? Because is that going to hold?" And he said, "Oh yeah, your bones are fine." So anyway, it was surgery after surgery. I kept not healing, and then he kept putting me in casts. I finally healed, but then he put me in more casts. So it was like about a year after that surgery. And all of a sudden, I went septic. I had gotten staph infection, went septic um, due to that surgery when he got in 2015. 2016, I went septic. Then in 2017, he said that he wanted to take the ankle joint out because that's where the staph infection lived. And I was like, "Are you sure? Is that what we have to do?" And he said, "Yeah." So we did that. Then a month later, he had me in this external fixator, which is screws through my legs. They were sticking out through my my calves. And so I looked like Frankenstein. I couldn't like bathe or move or anything. And he took it out. And then he told me that he was afraid that this would happen at an appointment. And I said, "What are you talking about?" And he said, the foot was literally shifting off the, I believe it's the tibia, the bone. It was shifting to the right. So if you look up Charcot foot deformity of a diabetic, is what it looked like. I was literally walking on my leg bone 2 inches shorter because he refused to put hardware in. I kept telling him, "Look, this is slipping off of the fusion that you did. The foot is shifting to the right. So please put hardware. Stop it. Stop it." And he's like, "Oh, we'll check back in a month." And then it was kept happening. I said, "Please put hardware in. You need to stop this." And he kept saying, "Oh, in 2 months, we'll see." And he still just kept refusing that. At the time I saw him in July of 2018, he said, "I'm sorry, you have to have an amputation." And this all could have been avoided. And I'm very angry at him about that. I don't think it's fair that he still gets to practice because, in fact, I was in there getting cast change at the time in the past that I heard two of his patients that he just did an amputation on. And I was like, "Is this a habit of this guy's?" Because I'm the third that I know of that he's done, had to get done. So I was, of course, mortified. I went to have other opinions at Harborview. Then I went to Polyclinic, the best place I could have went because it was a podiatrist. So don't always think you have to go to an orthopedic surgeon. It's other places. Like this guy said he could have saved my leg and done a Terminator type thing to it, but with all this hardware, but it could be prone to infection because there was an infection in it. And but he told me that that doctor was very negligent for even fusing the bones right after it had a staph infection inside of it because the staph infection acts like little Pac-Mans. It makes your bones soft and then they eat it like little Pac-Man. And so they have to go in and scrape out the soft bone. So it wasn't strong enough to be fused yet. So I do know that this man is the reason I have no leg now. I had to have an amputation, and because of that, it says on my chart elective, which I really hate because it wasn't an elective. I was in excruciating pain because I was 2 inches shorter on that leg,
Mhm.
and I was hobbling around. My husband has put my husband through a lot of emergency room trips that were unnecessary. Um, it's just it was because of mainly that
My
doctor.
my goodness, you have gone through so much just for that. And is the doctor still practicing? You said yes.
Yes, yes, and I
Mhm.
found out he's now like part owner, so he would, you know, be a hard fight,
Mm.
but he needs to be fought. Just like I said, he had other amputees, that
Mhm.
he caused, that he even did the
Yeah.
surgery. Um, I don't
Mhm.
want him touching anyone else. That's why I'm doing this.
Right. No,
I don't
absolutely,
wanna get
because that's where you have the Disabilities Act, correct? You're
right.
starting to start that as well in
Yeah,
your state, and hopefully will go abroad, right?
yeah,
Hopefully to others. And what really touched my heart was whenever you had said, whenever we find ourselves doubting how far we can go, just remember how far we've come.
yeah,
Remember everything we have faced, all the battles we've won, all the fears that we have overcome, through Jesus Christ. We've we need to hang in there, and just like a tree planted by the water, for we shall not be moved. Let go, let's get to high of our high expectations. We've others time to light, the memoir, forgive and love one another with pure heart, just as Christ loves you. That has really touched my heart. And
yes,
I know you live by that every day, don't you?
yes.
And what
My
made
faith
you?
has kept me strong.
Absolutely. And you know, and I just can't believe, like, the fitness, the backpacking, the car show you've done, the water aerobics, the mountain climbing, the mountain biking that you do. Tell everybody about that. What's your favorite thing to do?
Uh, Probably hiking by water. I love
Mhm.
seeing water and I love going up the height of it to
Mhm.
where you can actually see a view and it's below you.
Mhm.
That's what's amazing. Now, I haven't got that far where it's below me yet, but uh, I'm working on it.
Mhm.
But I'm getting there. I'm moving up in my legs. I'm finding out what legs are. I'm
Mhm.
finding out also that hanger prosthetics that I go to is nationwide, and they are like the Walmart chain. So basically, everybody gets told to go there because they are covered, they have contracts with these hospitals.
Right.
So as an amputee, you know nothing, right? Like,
Right.
but they shove you out the door. And so I'm thinking, okay, I could only go to Hanger. Well,
Mhm.
because of Hanger, I've had a little bit of problems
Mhm.
because my leg has gotten infected a little, not infected, but
Mhm.
has had sores that they haven't treated. So I just
Right.
want to let everyone know out there that there is other prosthetic people out there that
Mhm.
I'm going to be seeing also as second and third opinions. But there's a program that I discovered called Less Leg, More Heart. And I encourage all the amputees, even new, old, anytime you need help, just like I said, they shove you out the door. 95% of us don't know what the hell we're doing. We don't know what a sock is.
Mhm.
We don't know what a liner is.
Yeah.
But we sock it. But Less Leg, More Heart, Tina Hurley, she's a doctor herself who had to have an amputation just 7 years ago. But she's opened up this foundation that it helps pay for like blade feet
Mhm.
and holistic things. They advocate for you. Like yesterday, I went to Hanger appointment um, because I have blisters right now. And
Mhm.
she said, "Has anything changed?" And I said, "Well, I used to sit my ass at a desk at
Mhm.
medical receptionist. Now I'm office manager. I'm walking around constantly.
Oh, yes.
I've lost 20 pounds." And she said, "That is a clear red flag right there." So she wanted to be in on my appointment. So she actually said, "Don't tell him I'm a doctor. Just say I'm a friend." So she went in there and she's nice enough to have the time because she's the founder and CEO. I mean, and she had time to go to my appointment with me. She was a hard ass bulldog, and it was
Mhm.
great because she was saying, "How long have you practiced? And like, do you even know what you're doing? Have you ever dealt with a whatever?" I have like a belly button, anything going on with the
Mhm.
bottom of my bone. So she asked, she even knew what she was doing. She basically said no. So she's there to advocate for you and just be supportive, a peer support.
Mhm.
They're gonna, when I'm ready, because I'm in physical therapy still.
Mhm.
When I'm ready, they're gonna do Zoom training with me for fitness
Oh,
better so I could
fantastic.
get strengthening going on more.
Oh, yeah. And anybody else that wants the information, we'll be happy to provide it on our page as well.
Yes.
So, we'll be happy to do that for you, for anyone that needs that help as well. So just let us know. And I also see that you love to go fishing and you love to paint. I see as well, and horseback riding. Of course, it has
Mm,
not stopped you as well. And also, I want to let everybody know that you have, everybody goes through the different sizes, because you said that there's the, socks and everything like that that you
mm,
have to go through. But of course, there's the sores and everything, and there's going to be different times that you're going to have to change for the
Right.
different legs and everything. Do you still have that bling bling leg? I had to tell everybody you have a bling bling leg.
Oh, I don't at the moment, but I do have chrome
Uh
instead
huh.
of black stick, like pylon it's called.
Uh huh.
Instead of that, I have the silver chrome
Yeah,
because I
because
love cars, so I love the chrome on the cars. So
she loves to dance. People, she like that bling bling.
yes, I do.
Because the last time that she was on our show, she loved to bling bling. And tell people what she went to go see as far as a comedy show. I have to tell people that.
Oh yes, that was
Mhm.
well. Actually, this happened 2 years in a row. We
Mhm.
saw Whose Line Is It Anyway with Ryan Stiles, Jeff B. Davis, Greg Proops, and what's his name? It's Bill Murray's brother.
Yes.
So Joel Murray. So anyway, last year I get smashed. I was actually pretty drunk, and we were at the Moore Theater in Seattle, and they called someone on stage, and I jumped up and went waving my arms. And so anyway, they called me, and I had to crawl up the steps because there's no handrails.
Mhm.
And Ryan Stiles goes, "Who made this fucking stadium?" Because once I went up there, they thought I was all drunk, and I was like, "No, I'm an amputee." I whispered in Ryan's ear, and he goes, "Who fucking makes a theater with no disability fucking handrails?" And so he was like kept saying the F bomb like every other word. It was funny. But I had to move them around. Like I had to move Jeff B. Davis, and I
Mhm.
grabbed. I I didn't. I misunderstood. Like I said, I had drank a little bit before because
Mhm.
there's a bar across the street. So anyway, we had told me to tap the legs, and it would make him move, or his arms, or his head.
Uh-huh.
I was like, went right under his butt on his pants and was pulling them and moving them. So
Mhm.
afterwards, Jeff said, "Wow, that was fun. I never had my ass touched in so much in my life." Okay. And man, Ryan Stiles and Greg Proops were such gentlemen. They walked me down the stairs all
Mhm.
the way back to my seat, and we're only in the third row. That's why they probably saw me. I was waving because we save up for this. It's our birthday thing. Both
Mhm.
our birthday is in March. Me and my husband.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
yeah. So then this year we went, but see, before on Friday night last year, I told everybody at work, "I'm going to get on stage. You just watch. I'm going to get up there." And so I freaking fucking actually did. I was like, "What?" And so they're not going to believe me, and I didn't have a picture either, so I don't know to this day if they believe me or not. But anyway, this year we did it again, and so I said, "I'm going to get on there again. I'm going to do it." And I wore the same shirt and everything, hot pink with Bay Heart on it, so you could tell it's me. And I was so sure I wasn't going to get called because all these skits had gone on. It was almost over, but
Mhm.
they called one more person. This audience was so lame. They were just sitting there. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So I jumped up.
I'm
I'm
like,
like
me.
waving. Yeah, I know. Everyone's just like waving that like that. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" This. I mean, last year it was cool, but this year it was like so dead in the water because so he goes, "You in the stripes," and I said, "Who?" I looked down and I realized my hearts were on top of stripes. So I was like, "Okay." So I went up there. So I crawled up there again. They're like, "Oh, I see we have a drunk one." And then I got the microphone and I said, "No, it's me, Ryan. Remember from last year, the one with the prosthetic leg?" And he thought about it and he goes, "Oh, yeah." And so he said he remembered me. So we did sound effects, and I got to make the sound effects of. They asked what the loudest sport in Washington was, and someone goes fishing, and Ryan's like, "That's a fucking loud sport, yeah." But it's not. But it was hilarious. We did a great job, and once he goes, "Come on, Stephanie, you know how to do this. You've only been up here 6 times." That's what Ryan said.
Only.
Yeah. And then him and Greg Proops walked me down again, down the stairs, and he said, "See you next year, Stephanie." And I was like, "Damn it, now I got to do it." But at the bottom at Greg Proops, I said, "Could I please get a photo with you so people at work will believe me that I went up on stage?" So he let me do it real quick.
Sounds safe, but you gotta put those rails back up there.
Yeah, they're still not up.
I know that's like the funniest part ever, and it's like even with any competition, you gotta put something up there. But
Yes.
we were talking also last year that you had wanted some help with some, I guess, upper strength stuff. So,
Yes, because of laying in bed
hmm
for after recovering,
hmm
literally I laid in bed. So my I can't let's see, the spine
hmm
is now like humping, my upper is hunched over
hmm
because it hurts to sit up straight. because my
Right.
muscles have atrophied. So that's what I want to strengthen is my upper body.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Even
And
though I use it every day, it sounds stupid because I do use it every day, my upper body, but it's just not where I want it to be.
right. Well, let's just take a quick break and we'll talk more about that really quickly. I'll be right back. Let's take a quick message from Spotify. We'll be right back.
Jess wanted to start a business when something surprising happened.
Today I'm going to teach you how to crochet.
She started crocheting, like a lot. And her friends noticed.
Jess, you need to sell those.
So she signed up for Shopify and started building her business.
Yes, I love that.
And after a lot of hard work, this happened.
Oh my gosh, I just made my first sale!
You see, every day, hundreds of businesses get their first sale on Shopify.
We got ding!
And the next could be you. So when you're ready to bring your idea to life
And become your own boss.
build it on Shopify.
And we are back with the beautiful Stephanie. And as last we were talking about, if anybody in your area that's around Stephanie, are you closer to Seattle?
Yes, I'm Kent, about half hour
Okay.
away.
Kent and Seattle. Okay. If anybody that has a gym or a private gym that are needing to get rid of some weights, hand weights or anything like that, or has something that Stephanie can use to lift that don't need it, please get a hold of Stephanie. We'll let you if with her permission, we'll give you her phone number and information to where you can get a hold of her because she's going to need some weights because I know that she needs to build her upper strength. And that way she could put that in her home, right? Because you're gonna. Do you have a home gym that you can put it in, or do you
Yes,
have?
I did right here behind me. This is my
Perfect. See?
only thing I have is the bike.
So see, she's gonna need some of that, and also we'll try to see if we can help her out as well, get you some weights and stuff to help you out with that. So other than congratulations on your promotion, so what else did you also want to get into as far as advocate for other what would you tell other amputees that are just barely starting to figure out how to start walking or what to start doing to help themselves a little bit better?
I recommend first when you are in the rehab facility, do what they say. Don't be laxative and not want to do your strengthening of your stump because now it's called a stump. It's not a leg anymore. It's hard to face. It's hard to even look at, but just be real about yourself. This is the new you. You can do it. I mean, everybody's had to do it, but yes, a lot of us don't know much about it. That's where less leg, more heart plays in the key, which I'll tell you more about. But yes, they listen to them first of
Mhm.
all and do the exercises because you need to it sounds weird but you need to strengthen your stump and you need to wear a shrinker and that shrinks all the fluid and everything out of there to get you ready for your first prosthetic.
Right.
So you're going to get into your first prosthetic. I do not recommend a pin lock system because that is where a pin literally is hitting your bone, and so I got a lot of sores after that. So don't get a pin lock. I don't recommend that. Vacuum or just like a suspension. You need to research your prosthetic clinics because the places that they tell you is not always the best fit for you. You need to keep in touch with yourself as to like don't get so depressed about it that there is hope out there that there's well, I believe in the Lord, so
Yes.
Jesus, but I believe faith and family are very important, whatever that is for you. That find a really good, prosthetic place that'll help you and do physical therapy. You got to do it because you got to know how to do your gait now, which means you have to tighten your butt cheek and your thigh at the same time as you're moving. Then you put your heel down. And please go to a physical therapist that has gone and treated amputees, like if they specialize in amputees, because they know how to get the areas that you need strengthened. And there's phantom limb pain where there's mirror therapy. You can put that in between your legs and then they have you rub your leg so it looks like your other leg. There's a whole bunch of therapies. I just recommend that. Talk about it. Get into therapy if you need to. And I highly getting a peer counselor, someone who was an amputee, to be a support guide system, but let them be real with you. Don't sugarcoat it, because if
Right.
you come to me, I will be salty and gritty and let you know that yes, there's sores. Yes, you have to wear socks and liners, but there is movement and the levels change. So as you're a beginner, it's a K1, and then you get to a K2. K3 is like going grocery shopping, walk around the house. I'm getting promoted soon to a new socket and leg. That'll be a K4. So it's pretty good. I've been a lot.
Mhm.
And it gives you, they do have ankles out there is my point. Like
Yes.
they
Mhm.
bend and they help you go up hills and trails. And I mean, so I'm serious. Look into this. And not everybody's insurance pays for it. That's why at Less Leg More Heart, they do
Yeah.
have donations that they do pay for people's supplies that they need. But I mean, don't be afraid to ask questions, because you always are learning with this. And one badass thing is I thought I was going to have to drive with hand controls. And I was like, I don't want to
Mhm.
drive with freaking hand controls. So
Mhm.
anyway, I found you want to find a good driver's for disability agency, and they'll teach you how to drive with a left accelerator pedal. So I drive with a left accelerator pedal now. So I drive myself around wherever I need to go now, and it's wonderful because it really catches your brain off guard. But then once you do it, you know this leg can't work, so it just automatically shifts to know the left is to be used. It's really amazing because I've only been doing it 2 years now.
Fantastic. So you have to like rearrange your brain, basically rearrange everything, but it still doesn't stop you. In other words, you have to tell people nothing's going to stop you just because of that happening. Your
Exactly.
life's still going to go on. Everything's still there for you to do. You can't just tell yourself, okay, that happened to me, so that's it. It's over.
Hmm.
So you still have a lot of life to live, basically. And as
Exactly.
long as you have the support of your family and friends, then because a lot of people think, okay, that's it, I'm done, I'm just gonna be here.
Yeah,
That's it. And that's what I love about you, because you got motivated and you had your family and friends, and like you said, just speak with someone that's been there, done that, not just somebody that's gonna be there. Okay, well, I have two working of everything, because
yes,
it's hard. Even at the VA, a lot of men and women give up,
they do. Yes,
and it's hard for them
unfortunately.
to. Mhm,
Yeah, that's what Sitting at the Dock of the Bay is about, that song. And I
mhm,
didn't know that till I was
mhm,
depressed myself.
mhm.
And someone told me that. I was like, well, thanks. Okay, I'll choose that next time I try that. But no, you're not going to do that. So it's
Right.
there's life out there. There's things out there. Like I said, I was so angry when I talked to you about this doctor. I was in
Mhm,
tears that now Patty Murray is going to speak to me. So like you do have a voice.
mhm.
My husband calls me a ball buster because I do. I will bug you until you answer me. And that's
Absolutely.
how you need to be. Just be motivated that yes, I can do this because it can happen.
Yes.
You write the president enough, I'm sure he'll talk to you. So I'm gonna get
Well, that's
these
fantastic.
statues for disabled people, especially, can be changed because I tried malpractice suit on this man, and
Mhm,
I couldn't because they said that the statute started when I broke it, which was in 2011.
mhm.
But the amputation and the mess up wasn't till 2017. And they only give you 3 to 6 years.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so I called every lawyer in the phone book, and they all said no because of this damn statutes. And this should not be the case. Like,
No.
my condition changed so much that I was fine. And then all of a sudden, 2 years later, I needed those pins taken out. But he didn't put anything back in. That's what concerned me.
Mhm,
And so, but somehow I got the staph infection from that surgery. I don't know what was in the air, but with him putting me in casts and casts, and then not putting hardware in when the fusion was failing and he saw that it was failing, that is just complete asinine negligence that needs to be, he needs to be stopped.
Oh,
And others
absolutely.
like,
Absolutely. And, before you know it, they'll probably name that after you.
oh, that would, I don't know if I could.
Oh, I would say yes. Let's go for it.
That's cool.
So it'll be like 2 or 3 laws passed. You never know. I mean, first one to, make sure that you get a doctor, second opinion, third opinion if you have to,
Right.
you know. And then if they have to take that cast off to check it, make sure everything's fine, or go to, the hospital and everything. And because I know, like you said, every time you go in, everybody, it's a different amputation, it's a different type of limb, and you gotta, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And especially with you having the sores, it's not gonna help,
No.
because once you get amputated, it still hurts. Because I have a cousin, the same thing. She's got amputation, and she said she had to go through different ones. But what happened to her is a lot different. What happened to you, but her laws could be different than yours, but yours could have been prevented.
Right. That's the
You know.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't need an amputation. Like, he
No.
just needed to put hardware in. But he
Mm-hmm.
was so damn afraid of me getting an infection, or I don't know what his finger up his butt. I don't know what he was thinking. So that's why I just want to ask him, what were you thinking? You think that's helping me? I mean, or anyone else?
Do you know if anybody else tried to sue him as well because of that?
No,
Do you know?
everybody says he's the best. Oh, he's the best. And someone in the Harbor View was telling me, oh, the best, that big artery in your leg. He's the best one of those surgeons. And I was like, what's his name? And he told me. I was like, oh, okay. No, he's not, actually.
No.
You know who it was? It was the peer amputee I had from Hanger that was telling me, how wonderful he was. So that's why I was saying.
Oh, it looks like Angelo's asking a question here. Let's see what he wants to know. It says, what legal resources did you have after a botched surgery?
Well, I used the Washington King County Bar Association. You can call them and get 3 referrals for free. So usually your county has a bar association that you can contact. But me, I have done this before, where I've had to do a malpractice suit in the past, that I just call anyone who will take a person on contingency basis. And then if they don't, they usually refer you out to others.
To somebody else that's qualified in that field of that. Yeah. Because a lot of the time it depends what attorneys are special for certain type of cases and things like that. Because some of them are special for like car accidents and things like that, and some of them are special for other ones. Yeah, and then with your procedure, things like that. And the sad part is that what you went through, there shouldn't be no statute of limitations.
No,
there shouldn't be,
because nothing was wrong.
Exactly, and you're going to have to go through this for the rest of your life. And with you and your family, they're going to have to go through that with you, and that's that's harder. That's going to be harder on the whole family.
Right.
Especially for you, and then with your service dog and everything like that, they want you to have the dog get used to you only, and that's going to be kind of hard for everybody.
Right.
Yeah, that's going to be my dog. But that is, and then of course, with your okay, he looks like he's asking another question. Matt, what immediate services assist are you currently in need of?
What are you meaning? I'm sorry.
He says, what immediate service assists are you in current? I guess he doesn't know what he's saying, but what kind of immediate services are you currently in need of? What I asked you earlier. What else are you in need of besides the weights, the hand weights, and the?
Well, like a treadmill would be nice for Washington. Gets pretty crappy weather. As we know, can't walk
and
out
Florida, right?
Yeah. Oh, you survived the storm.
I know, right?
Wow. Treadmill is
a treadmill, hand weights, right? And something to help you lift out of bed, right?
Yes. Like, I would like one of those pull down machines that you can stick in the back of your back. That would be awesome. Or something of that effect. That'd be great. Otherwise, I am great. Thank you. I'm just waiting for my service dog now.
Well, don't you? I mean, even maybe a chiropractor service too, right? Maybe some chiropractor services,
Yeah,
maybe.
someone just set my atlas because
Hmm.
I used to go to a chiropractor many years ago, and
Hmm.
that really
Hmm.
helped because I'm getting a lot of headaches
Yeah.
lately. But yes, I'm trying to think. Sorry.
They put you on the spot.
Just like, well, actually, I am in need of an
Hmm.
attorney that
Yes,
would be
basically, yes.
willing to take this on
Yeah.
because Proliance Orthopedics is nationwide. So some
Hmm.
attorneys, I'm sure, shied away because they're afraid of that. But I want a ball buster like me, someone who could.
He's asking questions that we've already answered about you using prosthetics.
I do, and they change in shape and size. And
We've already answered that question in the beginning
okay,
of the show
one through five.
because we talked about the bling bling.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
He's like way behind over here.
It was the service. It was the phone
Mhm.
service, I think.
Mhm. Yeah, I think we talked about that because what I loved is about you using the bling bling for the dancing and stuff like that because I love that that's not stopped you.
No, no.
He says he's just tuning in. Oh,
Oh,
let's see. Let me see. Let me show you this. He's just tuning in.
no problem. It's all good stuff.
He's actually in Wildwood, New Jersey. That's where they're doing their vacation.
Oh, how fun.
Hmm. Yeah, they have this. Not to change the subject real quick, but they have this like duck or something like that that puts a fry in its mouth. It catches fries, but it's
Oh,
cute.
no way. A duck?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
some
I
kind
thought
of
it
a
was
duck. It's
seagulls.
cute. Yeah.
So do
But
they
it's
not have
cute.
seagulls over there, or is it
Yeah,
duck?
some kind of seagull or a duck or something like that. I think it's
Oh,
a seagull that they have. But we were talking about your amputation and things like that, and I know that it's hard for you and everything like that. But I love that it hasn't stopped you because, as we were talking earlier, that you like to go fishing and whale watching and play volleyball. Do you still love to play the volleyball outdoors? You like to go more outdoorsy stuff, or?
I do lots more outdoorsy stuff than I used to. It used to be all indoor because
Mhm.
that's when my favorite is. Sounds corny, but I turn on Bob Ross
Uh huh.
and just follow along,
Yeah,
and it
the landscape.
actually
Hmm.
works. I can't believe it. I'd love to
Yeah.
meet his son someday, Steve Ross,
Hmm.
and do one
Yeah.
of his classes. It would be amazing.
Well, you should do that wine and paint stuff.
Oh yes,
Do they have it over there in your area?
they do. I just haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah, you see, if you're watching this, Miss Stephanie Dudley could use some love some classes, some wine and paint. So
Yes,
have her go in there, and then maybe she'll meet someone there that'll help her with that too.
yes. Get to my mission.
There you go. But see, and you can also do your own classes too, so that way you can maybe one of that, one day you could do that too. And what I love is that this hasn't stopped you
Right.
as well. So and a lot of people can learn from that. And I know that when you first had the amputation done and everything like that, uh, was that kind of hard for you to think, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to do this? Am I or you just one of those go getters? I'm going to do this. This is not going to stop me kind of person.
I was, and then it got done,
Hmm.
and nobody told me that you'd go through the grieving process just like you would lose a person. You literally go through those steps of denial and anger and all of those steps. I haven't gotten to acceptance yet, and I don't think I will until this guy is not practicing.
Yeah.
Um, but no one told me that, so I was down in the dumps and you know just really angry. I stayed in an angry point for a long time, but then I was watching other amputees and videos, and I was like, well, if they're doing this, how can I? And like, I feel like the Lord told me, well, get your ass up. Like,
Don't be laying right there. Get your ass up and let's get
yes,
out of here. Let's start walking and let's do this, right?
yes. So I
Yeah.
was like, see, it was, to me, it was like pushing a boulder uphill. Nothing was
Mhm.
getting better, but then it's like just snapped in your head, and you're like, wow,
Right?
get your ass up and moving.
Hmm.
And so I started being serious about physical therapy. I'm still in physical therapy because I want my gait to be good.
Right.
Thing is, because I was a model, former model, I couldn't look at it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it is really hard to see at first.
yeah, it is kind of hard because I mean, even like no matter if you're amputee or being bullied, things like that, you're gonna tell yourself, can I do this? Am I up to doing this? And it's it's gonna be hard at first, but you gotta tell yourself, I'm gonna do this. I can do this. It looks like we have somebody trying to join us here. Can you see?
Hi.
I don't know if he's trying to or if he's frozen or anything.
Glamour shot right there.
I know, right? But I think he's froze where he's at. He doesn't get that good of service. I don't know why he's trying to join us, but have you thought of a dog's name yet? Speaking of your service dog.
Well, don't know if I could name it actually because it's going to be 1 or 2 years old.
Amelia, how are you?
Good. How were you? You just couldn't stay away, could you, on vacation?
Hello, Stephanie. How are you?
I am great, thank you.
Doing without me. Amelia, you doing okay without me?
Yes, we are.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Uh-huh.
Papa Bear is he's not very far from the roost. So
Yes,
if you
we are,
need me, I'm
Poppy.
here.
Yes, we are,
Well,
Poppy.
see, I know Stephanie was expecting to see me tonight,
Right.
but
okay.
I told her, I didn't tell her I was on vacation. Because I
Yeah, I
wanted
told
this
her.
to be, I wanted this to be your show. So,
Okay. And you still popped in
Um,
anyway.
you doing what?
I said, you still popped in anyway, huh?
Yeah, well, it is my gig here, and I got to protect it. So we'll make sure
Your
that you guys are
vacation
okay.
rental. Well, she's gonna
What are you laughing at? You haven't stopped laughing yet.
Oh, how much
What are you
trouble you're
laughing at?
gonna be? How much trouble you're gonna be here in a few minutes when you get off the phone?
Oh, you wait till I get back. All right, listen. Have a great show, you guys.
No,
I'll see you later. Take
I
care.
told her.
Bye-bye.
I told her what we're gonna help her with whenever you get back.
Whatever Stephanie needs, you let me know. It's done. Done
Yeah.
deal.
All righty.
You hear me?
Yes.
Stephanie, listen.
Yes.
Done deal. Whatever it is, done. You got it. No questions asked. All right, listen. Take care. Hold on, Chief. Hold on, you guys. Hold on a minute. Don't go nowhere. I'm on vacation. I got kids around here.
I know.
All right, go. Bye.
You go.
And out.
I don't think he's out yet. He just turned his camera off. There he goes. See what I tell you. Anything you need. The show will
That's
provide.
awesome. Because
Yeah.
yes, to be honest, my house is not in the best of shape because it needs to be cleaned. I haven't
Do
been
you
able.
have a ramp right there, or is it steps where you
Oh
are
no,
at?
I have no steps. When I moved in this house, it was my minister. He said our house next door is for rent. Next door, why don't you rent there? And it was just a rambler, a flat house. And we're like,
Oh,
okay.
good.
So we've been here this whole time.
So you can make room for like the weights and stuff like that and all that. Let's do me a favor whenever we get off the air and everything like that. We'll make a list and then you can send it to me or both of us of what you're going to need and the
Okay.
information to the foundation and
Okay.
everything. And then we can put it on. We're going to put it on our website, on our page and everything for you. So that way we'll be able to advertise that for you and for anybody else that needs help.
Yes.
That's an amputee. But anything that you need, like I said, the show's here for you. And we'll do our best to get you everything that you need as well.
Thank you so much.
We'll get it from your surrounding area or from us ourselves. Anything that you need, we'll be more than happy to help you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Of course, absolutely. That's what the show is for. We're here to help our family and friends. And you, I know that you had surgery before. that you weren't able to make our show. And how was that surgery? How are you doing, by the way? Speaking of
It was great. Did I tell you what I did?
no, tell me.
Oh, I had a little bit of belly fat, right?
Ah,
And I'm 45 now, so
mm-hmm,
my boobs were sagging a little. So I went to a plastic surgeon and I took my belly. They
mm-hmm,
did a tummy tuck and they put it in my boobs and gave me
mm-hmm.
a lift. So I got
Ah,
a little bit bigger and a lift,
ah.
and that's what I was doing. Then I
Well,
had complications.
I've lost so much weight that I do have a lot of extra skin myself in my arms and my belly.
Well,
That
insurance carrier pays for that.
yeah,
They
they said that I could lose some of that maybe, but the rest of it I do have to have surgery wise.
Yeah.
So
Well, you feel so good when you get it done
mhm,
because you're not getting. Let me tell
yeah.
you, I've been overweight before I lost the weight, had the
Mhm,
skin. That's what it
mhm,
was basically, was skin and getting
mhm.
sores, and not sores,
Yeah.
but like,
If you see this right here, that's extra skin that I've lost a lot weight. See?
yeah,
That's a lot of skin
Lord.
that I've lost. Yeah. I've lost about almost 100 pounds.
Oh, congratulations! I
Thank
know
you.
how good that feels.
Yeah. And so they said that a lot of it I could tighten it or mhm,
Oh yeah.
mhm,
The only thing I will say is my complication is there's that line right below your belly button.
mhm,
It's a cross. That's I got a little wound that would not close, so it kept
mm.
getting bigger instead. So we had to go back in to make it small again. So
You
that's
know what my daughter said? She says, "Mom, you do that surgery and you're gonna probably have that line." She goes, "You ought to get a tattoo." And I'm like, "No, no, no."
I know. I'm like, no way. I'm not a schoolgirl anymore that needs to cover that up. I don't care.
No, no, no. I'm like, I don't think so. She says, "Well, then you can go to the beach and wear." And no, no, I won't do that either. One piece is good enough for me.
I like one piece too.
Yeah, so that's good enough for me. I don't. But I said, no. So, what are your plans now that you've lost all the weight? You're, going to start getting back to once the sores and everything like that. What's your next plans after your new job title and everything? You gonna be an advocate now for other amputees, or
I'd like to be, yes.
good, good.
After my formal training with Less Like More Heart, because they're teaching me things still,
Hmm.
which is great. This doctor is actually a doctor. I've told her my story, and she
Hmm.
told me that um, it's her program's cool because when you tell them something, the person who talks to you next will already know your story. You
Hmm.
don't have to give them all that detail again and go through the heartbreak because you may be
Hmm.
emotional and you don't want to relive it each time.
Hmm.
So anytime someone contacts you, they already know what's going on. They already know what's happened. You don't need to relive it,
Hmm.
and they just know how to help you and advocate and give you an advocate, whether it's
Hmm.
virtual or in person. They will give you someone to go with your doctor's appointments with, especially with the fittings of sockets and things.
So you'll be kind of like their sponsor, basically, or whoever they want you to be,
Yeah,
kind of
it's a
person
new
that they could
thing
talk
because
to.
I've never heard of such a program
Hmm.
that nobody. That's what I mean. Nobody's real with other amputees. Like, look,
Right.
there's this out there. There's this out there.
Hmm.
They just keep it a secret, and it's like, what's the big freaking deal?
Hmm.
I mean, uh, just tell them the truth because they're gonna be the
Hmm.
ones going through it, not you.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Well, I mean, can we say that if anybody's going through something with an amputee, can we give them your information and if they want to call and talk to you about that,
Oh yes,
or an
absolutely.
email address maybe, or
Yeah, email
to
address
start off
probably.
that? Yeah.
Now that I'm working more and
Mhm.
I'm constantly in my work, like I get home and I'm still getting messages because the
Mhm.
front desk staff, I'm their boss. So
Yeah.
they're messaging me like some crazy parent came in and was yelling at me. So I'm still, you know, on my phone.
Right.
I know what Angelo feels like. Or you're still like in that work mode.
Mhm.
So that's why you can't rest.
I know. I told him, I said, everything's fine. We got this. We've
Yeah,
got this, but
sure.
and so I don't know why he's that way. And see, look at that. He even put himself on there as a see, he even put himself on there. I don't know why he did that. Oh my gosh. And so let's see. Let me put this up on there. But yeah, I mean, if we'll just give them your information and like an email address if you want to provide that as well, along with what you need. And if anybody's going through that an amputee and would like someone to talk to, please contact Stephanie and we'll give you her email address, and she'd be more than happy to talk to you and let you know what steps that you'll need and what you're going to be going through. And she'll be more than happy to let you know what you'll be facing and gonna give you kind of like a virtual helping hand, basically,
Right.
hand holding.
Exactly. Because there
Yeah.
is life after an amputation.
Mhm.
There
Yeah.
is.
And
And
as I read earlier, you know what she had said. You know, whenever you find yourself doubting, or how how far you can go, you must remember how far you've come,
yeah,
and remember everything that you have faced, all the battles that you've won. I mean, that's just a big statement right there in itself.
yes.
Because you're still here and you're still fighting and you have loved ones that still love you and still want you here,
Right.
and you're still always going to matter to somebody, and you're going
Right.
to matter to yourself,
Yes.
and
And
that's what I bet got her through.
yes. Please matter to yourself
Hmm.
and do this for yourself because you can do it. And
Hmm.
there will be a voice in your head one day. It'll be the voice that says, get your ass up.
Right. And even like yesterday, I did a show about bullying, which I went through a whole bunch of stuff when I was growing up, and then
Oh, man.
and I thought to myself, even now when I was an adult, I went through bullying. But you know what? I told myself, I said, you know what? It's probably always going to be a bully out there. So I'm just going to deal with it and go on with my life. And if they don't like me,
Mm.
oh well.
Right.
I'm still here. I'm still going to go on. Just
Yep.
me. You know, if
Yep.
they don't
There's
like me,
everywhere
that's
you go.
yeah, exactly. They don't like me. They don't like me. So I
Yeah.
have family that matters to me. I matter to them. So that's just me.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Good for you. That's good
Yeah.
because
And
they care about you.
yeah, and they told me that I wasn't gonna meet certain people, and haha, thanks to Mad Dog, I did. I met those people
Oh,
thanks to
that's
him.
awesome.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and and like I said, everyone, if you need someone to talk to, right there, Miss Stephanie,
Yes. I'd
she
be
is
happy
gonna
to help
be
you.
right there to speak with you, and no matter what you need, she's gonna be right there. And also, we have coming up tomorrow. We have Rick Styles, and we have Stretch Joe Kokowski on That's Bullshit. That's a new show that we have. They
Okay.
talk about anything and everything, and they just let
Oh,
it all out.
I love that.
Yeah, it's at 7 p.m. Eastern times if you want to tune in tomorrow night.
Oh,
And of course, Mad Dog's going to be on vacation all the rest of this week, so we don't know what we're going to plan on Monday. So we'll figure that out on Monday. So, Miss Stephanie, you have anything else that you would like to say before we leave for tonight?
yeah. I'd like to just say, please reach out to an advocate, reach out to a counselor. You need to talk about it. Don't keep it in. Don't be upset with your family and blame them, even though it's not their fault. You just start to blame others. Just really let it out and talk to someone because you will go through that grieving process. I want to tell you that right now because that's one thing nobody told me. And I was blown away like I got hit by a truck,
Hmm.
that I was that depressed and that, angry. Just please talk to someone. That's
Right.
the best thing you could do for your
Right.
inside, your heart.
Mhm. Right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. We'll have you back again after, we'll get everything, like I said, that you need. Just let us know what you need. And everyone that would like to talk to Miss Stephanie, she'll give us an email address that you can email her at. And of course, the agency that she was talking about as well. So you can reach out to that agency and they'll be more than happy to reach out to you as well. And anybody else that's going through, depending on alcohol, drugs, anything like that, before we end the show, I will be putting in some numbers here for you to contact. And I thank you so much, Miss Stephanie, for coming on our show. And we'll have you back again. Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
Yep. Mm.
Yep. Here you go. see here, right? And here's those numbers that we were talking about.